This is one of the scariest Chinese foods, dubanjiang. It's said that only 1% of Americans dare to try it. Today, let me show you how it's made. Workers first pour dried soybeans into an iron pot, then steam them in a steamer for 3 hours. The soybeans must be steamed until soft and sticky, because the level of doneness affects the fermentation process. If they are too hard, it can negatively impact fermentation. The workers transfer the now brown soybeans to a workbench to cool. Once the soybeans have cooled to around 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, they sprinkle a large amount of fermentation powder over the surface and carefully stir it in, ensuring the yeast powder fully coats the soybeans. Next, the soybeans are placed on bamboo trays. At this point, fermentation begins, and the soybeans will gradually grow white mold. The fermentation process typically lasts 7 to 10 days. When white or yellow-green fungal threads cover the soybeans, the workers rub the clumps apart to break them up. The fermented soybeans are then placed in clean, large jars and submerged in pure water. The jar is sealed and left to ferment in a cool, ventilated place for about 30 days. During this period, the beans must be stirred regularly to ensure even fermentation. Fermented bean paste might not look very appetizing, but the workers then transfer it to a mixer, adding chili paste and blending it together. The spiciness of the chili mixes with the fermented aroma of the soybeans, producing a salty, savory, slightly sour, and intense fragrance. During mixing, a large amount of starch is added. When heated, the starch gelatinizes, thickening the sauce and absorbing excess moisture. Starch also slows down the fermentation process, extending the shelf life of the chili broad bean paste. It's the perfect choice for making mapo tofu. Say, would you dare to try it? Dare to. This is the most popular food in America. Every year, 100 tons are bought from China. It's mainly made from oil used in fast food restaurants. This restaurant dumps the used oil into a collection tank every day. Every week, a truck comes to collect this oil. Since the oil contains a lot of water and residue, it needs to be sent to a filtering factory for processing. Next, workers connect the truck's outlet to the container using an oil pump. The oil enters the machine, and through vibration, larger food residues are removed. The whole process goes through 3 filtering stages. The final filter is made of 20 layers of cotton cloth, which can remove any residue larger than 1 micron. In the end, the oil looks as clear as unused oil. Now, it can be used to make biodiesel, but just using it isn't enough. The factory adds a lot of beef fat, which is scraped off by sharp blades. Then it's sent to a boiler to be heated to extract the grease. After that, it's filtered again. Finally, the workers pour all the grease into a storage tank. Next, they mix it with methanol. This machine mixes everything together and heats it under pressure, and you get biodiesel. Then the workers conduct a test, heating it to 135 degrees and then igniting it. If the gas released catches fire, more formaldehyde must be removed to improve fuel stability. Otherwise, it meets the standards. Producing diesel is highly valuable, but it releases very little carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, so it's very environmentally friendly. So, do you think it will replace regular diesel?